FBI Director James Comey getting a grilling on Capitol Hill today. He was questioned on a whole host of topics: the FBI's response to recent terror attacks in our homeland, the hacking of the DNC, and why the FBI granted immunity to Hillary Clinton's former chief of staff, Cheryl Mills. Watch.
We, as Congress and the American people, are troubled how such gross negligence is not punished, and why there seems to be a different standard for the politically well-connected, particularly if your name is Clinton.
All right, our own Blake Burman has been following these hearings, and he joins me right now with some of the highlights. Blake, it got kind of testy out there.
It did throughout the morning, and this was a nearly 4-hour hearing earlier today, Trish. The FBI Director Jim Comey says that Cheryl Mills, who of course is a top aide to Hillary Clinton, was given an act of production immunity. That's what it's called, so that investigators could eventually get her laptop. Republicans, though, questioning why that blanket was afforded to Mills and why investigators instead couldn't just get the laptop by issuing a subpoena. They also wondered why Mills, who was a witness in the case, was also allowed to act as legal counsel to Clinton during the investigation. Separately, Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner suggested that Comey had no choice in eventually recommending that Clinton not be prosecuted for mishandling classified information. Listen.
I would be in big trouble, and I should be in big trouble if I did something like that. There seems to be different strokes for different folks on this, and that's what Americans are concerned about. I think that there's a heavy hand coming from someplace else.
Now, Comey said if one of his own colleagues had done the exact same thing, they would be disciplined, but like Clinton, they would not be prosecuted. Comey defended his department throughout the hearing.
This organization and the people who did this are honest, independent people. We do not carry water for one side or the other. You can call us wrong, but don't call us weasels. We are not weasels. We are honest people.
So don't call them weasels, Trish. I guess he got that point across today.
Yeah,
Either way,
well,
Congressman Trey Gowdy, he responded by saying it just wasn't the FBI that he knew, and there was this back and forth all day long.
Yeah, no, there are plenty of people at the FBI that are very upset about this, for sure,
right.
because they really think that they didn't give folks a fair shake in this. Blake, thanks so much. I want to continue this conversation here with Michael Barone, who's a senior political analyst for the Washington Examiner. Good to have you here, Michael.
Nice to be here.
You know, look, I mean, let's face it, right? Comey works for Lynch and she works for the president. So the president would, you'd have to think, have some kind of self-preservation instinct in him, where he doesn't want his own Secretary of State getting blown out of the water for all this. This is a reflection ultimately on this administration. So when you get the administration effectively investigating itself, I don't know how you possibly get a fair outcome.
Well, I'd make 2 points here. Number one is that FBI Director Comey has a 10-year appointment and is supposed to be independent, but he was placed in an impossible position by Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who revealed herself to be a political hack when she met with Bill Clinton on the tarmac in Phoenix, Arizona on June 27th. That was, and then later said, of course, well, I can't participate in this. So Comey was called on to make a decision on whether or not to seek an indictment, which is not really his decision. He's not a prosecutor, he's an investigator. His investigation showed facts that, on the basis of which no rational judge would dismiss an indictment based on the facts that he alleged in his public statement.
That's an important thing, what you're saying right there. You say no rational judge would have dismissed an indictment.
Based on the facts there, because it showed that she certainly could have been indicted under Section 793F of Title 18 of the U.S. Code, which on which terms, you know, on the basis of the facts that Comey alleged in his morning press conference or press briefing that he made about that. The second point I'd make is that you say President Obama is protecting his administration. Obviously, he wants to see Hillary Clinton elected as his successor. You know, did he tell Loretta Lynch to meet with Bill Clinton? And an interesting question, you know, the Bill Clinton-Loretta Lynch meeting was not publicized by either in advance. Was that the first meeting they had? I don't think it would be interesting to have a truthful answer.
Good question. Yeah, I mean, for sure. So this is going to continue to haunt her, is it not, on the campaign trail?
Well, as Comey pointed out in his, I believe it was July 5th statement. Secretary Clinton told a number of untruths, inaccurate things, or lies in the course of the investigations and the press questions about this, and Comey has laid that out pretty solidly. You know, and now we see suddenly that there's information that approximately 1,000 emails between Secretary Clinton and then CIA Director David Petraeus, who seemed to duck questions about Benghazi, interestingly, in the 2 months after September 12, 2012, between then and Election Day. Those emails were deleted.
Yeah, you know, look, it's wild to me.
They were all about yoga lessons, right?
Yeah.
And Chelsea's wedding. I don't think so.
Let me tell you, if you were a CEO on Wall Street, right, and you decided, or it's just an average banker or trader on Wall Street, and suddenly you're getting investigated and you went and deleted all your email, oh my goodness, you'd be in a whole bunch of trouble, would you not?
You would be, and you might be looking to move to a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States of America.
But she's Hillary Clinton. All right, Michael, good to see you. Thank you very much.